a realistic cinematic scene of a middle-aged, blonde woman angrily shouting into a smartphone, her hand raised in frustration, standing in front of a damaged black SUV with a dented hood. A calm, bearded man in a green polo shirt stands nearby, slightly smiling. In the background, a wooden cabin in a forest with two people watching from a distance. Warm evening light, emotional drama, shallow depth of field, ultra-realistic high detail, 4K, movie still, natural colors, professional photography. Moments later, the police siren echoed through the quiet forest road. The woman's anger slowly turned into fear as she realized the truth. About the accident was about to come out. The man's smile faded, and the two strangers in the background stepped forward, ready to reveal what they had actually seen happen. The peaceful cabin was about to become the center of a shocking secret haze. The police car pulled up. The woman lowered her phone with trembling hands. One of the witnesses pointed toward the man and said quietly, "He reversed first." The man's face went pale, and for the first time he had no words. The damaged car was no longer the real problem. The real crash was about to happen between the truth and the lie. The officer asked for the dashcam footage. The man hesitated, claiming the camera was broken, but the woman suddenly remembered her car's camera was still recording. She opened the app, and there it was, the exact moment he hit her car and tried to blame her. The forest fell silent as the truth finally played on screen. The man's smile disappeared completely. He tried to laugh it off, but the officer was already taking notes. One of the witnesses whispered, "He's done this before." The woman felt a strange mix of relief and shock. The accident had brought more than justice. It had exposed a pattern no one expected to uncover as the officer ran the man's name. Through the system, a long pause followed. Then the radio crackled with a warning. He was wanted for multiple hit-and-run cases in nearby towns. The woman looked at him in disbelief, realizing this small forest accident had just turned into something far bigger and far more dangerous. The man tried to run, but the officer was already stepping in front of him. The witnesses held their ground, fear and determination in their eyes. The woman felt a rush of courage. She wasn't just a victim anymore. This was her chance to stand up, speak the truth, and make sure he couldn't hurt anyone else. Handcuffed and led to the patrol car, the man glared at the woman, rage flashing in his eyes. But she stood tall, feeling a weight lift off her shoulders. The witnesses nodded at her, silently thanking her for telling the truth. As the sun set behind the forest, the quiet cabin finally felt peaceful again. Justice had arrived, and a new chapter was about to begin. Days later, the woman returned to the cabin, still shaken but determined to reclaim her peace. The forest that once felt threatening now seemed serene under the golden morning light. She unpacked her camera and reviewed the footage again, realizing it had captured more than just the accident, subtle interactions, nervous glances, and hidden tensions that no one had noticed at the time. The witnesses, now friends, helped her piece together the full story, revealing secrets about the man's past and his repeated attempts to manipulate situations for his gain. With each revelation, she felt stronger, wiser, and more in control. What started as a single angry moment had spiraled into a web of deception, courage, and truth. And she knew this was only the beginning of uncovering the full story. The forest was quiet, but her determination burned brighter than ever, promising justice not just for herself, but for anyone else he might have tried to hurt weeks later. The man's arrest became headline news, his past crimes, lies, and manipulations exposed for all to see. The woman, once fearful and angry, now walked freely through the forest near the cabin, feeling a sense of closure and strength she hadn't known before. The witnesses had become close friends, and together they laughed over the tension that once gripped them. The damaged SUV was repaired, but more importantly, the emotional scars were healing. That one heated moment on a quiet country road had transformed her life, from victim to survivor, from doubt to confidence. The forest no longer felt like a place of fear. It had become a symbol of resilience, truth, and new beginnings. And as the golden sunlight filtered through the trees, she realized that sometimes the most unexpected accidents lead to the most powerful transformations.